Hey everybody, this is Annette Dion with the Psychic News Network. How are you doing? It is Monday, July 12th. So, I know that there's a ton of news and I'm kind of having a hard time trying to figure out what to talk about. So I'm going to fit as much as I can into about 25 minutes. So ready? No time to waste. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck today. And just to give a shout out, the deck that I have been using is the Cosmic Tarot. And I just like to promote the beautiful artwork and the creators. This is a German deck. I don't know if it's still in print, actually. But today we're going to use our conventional Rider-Waite deck. And I'm teaching a class and it's going to be using this. If you're interested in taking a tarot class, I'm probably going to live stream it. It starts in September, so just let me know in the comments if you want to sign up. And it's been a busy time. Seems like the new moon in Cancer kicked off a lot of stuff with America, for one. There's a lot going on internationally too. So let's take a look. He who shall not be named is trying to sue Facebook and Twitter. Now this doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, you know, people that are loaded with greed are not very loyal to people. They're only loyal to what will bring them money. And we know that Facebook, even though I use Facebook a lot, I have something called Church of Spirituality every Sunday on Facebook. So I do use Facebook quite a bit. I'm a little disturbed that they're considering having He Who Shall Not Be Named back on. I know he's banned for 2 years, but they're just looking at how can we increase our numbers? How can we increase our numbers? How can we increase our numbers? And speaking of greed, what's with the Bezos and the Bransons and the Elon Musks, you know, the billionaires not paying any taxes and then flaunting it by being with their race to space? And you know they're racing to space because the truth of the matter is, can I just say it? They know what dire straits planet Earth is in. They probably know it more than the rest of us, except if you're psychic. They don't know more than us. The planet's in really bad shape. So there they are flaunting their wealth. It's like the most important thing is the wealth. And nobody can convince me that it's not, because of human beings and helping and taking care of our brothers and sisters was their most prominent thought. Bezos, who started Amazon, would be saving the Amazon. Anyway. I'm a minister, so I do a lot of preaching. So I actually was not sure before Richard Branson took off in his rocket ship yesterday. I didn't watch it. I just knew about it. I wasn't so sure it was gonna go off without a hitch. Now, I'm not sure the schedule for Bezos to go to space or Elon Musk to go to space. I have to look. I'm not like wishing anything bad on them. I just wish that they would give us at least their fair share of taxes. Just donate it. I'm not so sure the other space situations are going to go off without a hitch. I witnessed, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I know things go wrong. I witnessed the Challenger explosion. I'll never forget that day. It was one of those, there's a whole lot of days in my life that are etched in my consciousness. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. Interesting times we live in, and so many things happening in such a short amount of time. So I'm not going to look at whether there's going to be anything going wrong with these space adventures, projects with the billionaires. It isn't lost on me how demonstrative it is that governments don't run the world, billionaires run the world. Now, that might seem obvious to you, but I think a lot of people need to get the memo that, I mean, think about NASA. They basically went out of business. And now these guys are doing what NASA couldn't do. So let's just take a look at the race to space and whether we're going to see a lot more of this. I mean, they're actually trying to start a tourist industry. Space tourism. Just go to Disney. Let's see what we have. This is about the space, the race to space. What's going to happen? This is interesting because I'm getting the sun, which is like victory for them. They will make it. I just see a glitch. I see a mechanical glitch. And I think it's Bezos, and I think we'll know about it, but I think it will be fixed. There's a woman that's going to go into this race. Oh, actually, there were women on the flight yesterday. But I feel like there's a woman coming up in a year or two who's going to lead that off also. I'm trying to think of a woman billionaire. I mean, I think Oprah is, but I don't know. Oprah wouldn't do that. The Knight of Wands is, yeah, this is Elon Musk. The guides are saying that Elon is going to have a delay. I'm seeing that there's going to be a delay for, well, I don't know when his plan is to go, but it's going to be a delay. So anyway, it looks like it's going to move forward and that we will see more of that. Oh, sorry, my air conditioner's kicking on. It's a very, it's a cave weather day in New England. It's like, get up in the morning and there's no sun. It's like the sun didn't even come out. It's like it's dusk all day. I heard the sun's going to come out around 5, so I'm looking forward to that because I usually start the day with outdoor exercise, and today it's going to happen later. But it's really important to get outdoors. All right, so I have a list, and make sure that you post your questions. If you have questions, just post them in the comments. As you know, I'm a little fledgling on YouTube, and I really need your help, and thanks for those who have helped. I really need you to book a reading, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. I've been doing readings for over 25 years as a professional, so would love to have you. And the readings are done just like this. So, obviously remotely, and I'm totally remote since COVID. All right, so I covered the space rockets. These boosters, these booster shots. I don't want to say COVID too much because, you know, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I don't want to be banned from YouTube. So I'm just going to say that this is what I'm picking up about the boosters. I just want to reiterate. A while back, if you saw my videos, I'm not sure, I had said COVID will not be something that we are at the end of until January of 2024. I've felt that from the beginning, and the guide said from the beginning that about 1 million people would be unfortunately taken out by this virus before we truly got a handle on it. I knew the booster shots were coming. I could feel it. I could feel that this is not like we really want to make a one solution to a problem situation, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing, you know, it's like whack-a-mole. That's what it feels like. It's like whack-a-mole, like that carnival game. You got one of the moles and then there's another one. In this case, it's you got one virus and then there's a variant and then there's a variant. This is going to go on for a while, and I think that 5 or 6 variants are going to be major problems. Please work on boosting your immune system. Please work on, you know, you can't be too careful, right? You can't be too healthy. So find out what boosts your immune system. You know, during flu season, it's like elderberry and zinc, and we know zinc, like Holdies lozenges, work really well and that kind of thing. So make sure you're boosting your immunity. Get some exercise, get outside, take a lot of vitamin C. I'm just saying, keep your body in a resilient, healthy state. We do have some control over that, right? No matter what our physical condition is, we can always improve our immunity. I'm saying that because we will need these boosters. I do see, I feel like across the board, let's ask about that. I feel like across the board, I see a time, I know Fauci is saying right now, no, you don't need a booster, you're safe if you had 2 shots. I'm just seeing that everyone's going to be told they need a booster in the not too distant future by the end of the year. Yeah, the world card is coming up. The whole world is going to be told, okay, now you need a booster. Now everyone needs a booster. I'm picking that up. And the karma card is the karma card is coming up, which is indicative of, you know what, we have not taken care of the planet as a human civilization. We have not taken care of the planet. This is what goes around comes around. We've got to make amends to Mother Earth. This is, I know I've heard people talk about the origin. My sense, for entertainment purposes only, is that it was in a lab because it was brought into a lab from the natural world, and then I don't know what they were doing in the lab, but so that, like, both things are true. Did it start in a lab? Sort of. But you know, that the virus jumping from animals to humans is because the animals have lost their habitats. That's a real thing. I know there's a word for it. It starts with zoo something. Anyway, this is karma. We will be seeing major announcements towards the end of the year that people will need boosters. And even the boosters are not gonna cover it. You know what I mean? Like there's no guarantees. This is like the mystery illness. I heard that there's a really strong resurgence of interest in tarot lately, and I'm thinking, that's great because I'm teaching a class, and I'm actually teaching a tarot class from a castle where I live, an actual castle, and I'll live stream, so I'll tell you more about that as time goes on. Anyhow, so, and I really feel like that people are interested in this stuff right now, especially because you turn on the news and you don't know what you're getting, and as far as COVID goes, no one knows. No one knows. No one really knows. I can give you my impressions, and like I always say, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not telling you what to do. I feel like that's up to you. In any way, manner, shape, or form. I'm not giving advice about COVID. I'm giving you my impression of what I see in regards to that. And I see boosters, and I see the whack-a-mole game, and I see that it's like, you know, at the beginning, Fauci was saying you don't need to wear a mask. And as they found out more about the virus and it started to proliferate, then they had to change their story. We're going to see a lot of that. Tuning into your inner guidance nowadays, tuning into your own psychic abilities, tuning into people that you respect, that you know turn out to be right most of the time in terms of psychics. That's kind of your best bet. I'm not saying that to self-promote. I'm saying the karma is we have destroyed the planet, and Mother Nature is getting back to us. The Page of Pentacles is there will be a solution, and I have spoken at length, well, maybe not at length, but I've thought about it at length, that I see other ways to, taking an oral something, other ways to have immunity coming. I see science developing other ways to boost immunity besides the shots. I see more of a proliferation of that kind of thing coming up. So that's what I have on COVID. I better pick it up because I've got a lot to cover. The wildfires in California and stretching through Nevada and the western states, I said a little bit ago that I just see a worsening. I don't mean to scare everybody. This is a very concerning situation. Very concerning. So let's just take a look at a few cards. And I saw like Ron Johnson was out there saying at some kind of a convention, I think it was like a Republican women's convention or something. I just saw a clip of him calling it BS. You know, spelling out the word, saying the word. And I'm like, I'll be damned. There's hurricanes. It's like 120 degrees in Nevada. There's wildfires all the way up into Canada, the entire west coast of this continent. I literally, you may have seen the story, read a story about the mussels on the shore cooking. Woo! And Ron Johnson is there saying, oh, it's a bunch of BS. Have we heard about the guy who was talking about, the guy that worked for, I think it was Exxon, a big oil and company, and he admitted in an interview that he didn't know was being recorded, that they absolutely do pay off the lobbyists to lobby for let's keep burning fossil fuels and lobby for the oil companies. And you know, I was reading an interview with a woman that's affiliated with Disney, like was brought up in the Disney family, and she was talking about how it's almost like this insatiable lust for money, and it's never enough. If we solved that problem, we would be fine. Honestly true. The King of Cups, Joe Biden is going to lead the way in terms of the new Green Deal. I don't care how many Republicans are against it. It will be sink or swim, because we're about to see this nation, especially, in peril from global warming, climate change, connected tragedies, natural disasters, and destruction and loss of life. So Joe Biden's going to lead the way on that. It's going to be brand new. I see the new Green Deal going through, and America actually taking care of its people. And it's going to start with these events. I mean, we see what happened. I know it's not a weather event, but in an unconnected way, or an indirect way, the collapse of that tower. I got the Wheel of Fortune too. The Green New Deal's going through. That collapse of that tower was kind of weather related, but we did see through that the compassion and the help and the love and the just support, you know, of the community in Florida. I know people there are very concerned to be living in high-rise towers. I don't blame them. The sort of fierce weather has contributed. It doesn't take a psychic, it's just common sense. Hurricanes, lots of wind, lots of heat. You know, heat day in, day out. 40 years that building was. So we will see a lot of disasters like that. I don't think that's the first building that's going to collapse, the first and only. There are others. Hopefully, I did say I see very, very stringent laws in terms of inspections and stuff of those buildings, and that's coming. I heard that in the news afterwards, which makes total sense. But yeah, this country is going to start taking care of its people, and the good news about that is that he who shall not be named is going to be fading off into the distance. I did mention that I do watch the rallies. I do watch a lot of the rallies. I want to see what people are thinking. And what I've really gathered is that it's a hate fest. I even saw a supporter of his being asked if he thought the election was stolen. And this man was seething with rage. And I heard when I was following Marianne Williamson on the campaign trail, she told the story, I don't know how true it is, about Jared and he who shall not be named, his father-in-law, going into, like, walking through a McDonald's or something, and Jared saying, you know, there's a lot of anger in America. Just kind of looking around the McDonald's, there's a lot of anger in America. We could capitalize on that. This is why love is the most important force in all the world. So smile and hug people and tell them, you know, safely, and tell them you love them, because we need it. Sorry about the AC, it's a little loud. Okay, all right, what's up with Haiti? What's up with Cuba? I feel like in Cuba that the government is getting it's very fragile. It might have been fragile to begin with. I don't really follow Cuban news. We don't really hear much about Cuba, but the guides just said the people have the power. So the people in Cuba are going to see some big change happen through their demonstrations. It won't be without loss of life, unfortunately. I just picked that up. As far as Haiti, I see Haiti becoming very unstable. It already was unstable. They never recovered from the big earthquake. I think it was in 2004 or 5. Remember around that time was a big tsunami. The earth was really unstable around 2005 to maybe it was a little later. I think it was maybe 2010. The Haiti earthquake. It hasn't been, the government, the community hasn't been stabilized since then, and it was already, you know, shaky. I'm telling you people, we have got to save our democracy. We don't want to be going the way of those poor people, and please pray for them. We don't want to destroy our democracy. because we're already seeing it, that the billionaires are running the world. The billionaires are running this nation. The billionaires are getting away with so much. The Republicans don't want to help the people. They want to block any measures to help the people financially. It's our money. It's taxpayer dollars. We deserve to be helped out by our own government. We can't let this country go the way of Haiti. You know, we did send support in. The U.S. sent support in. I think it was earlier today, so or maybe yesterday. But let's just see. I know there was somebody that had U.S. connections to the assassination in Haiti, but I'm not feeling like they were very strong connections. So I don't feel like the U.S. had really anything to do with it. Okay, so we're asking about that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is like Haiti. There's going to be more chaos erupting. Those people, they're going to feel very trapped. And the end of the really strong conflict after the assassination will come, feels like September, October. So I see loss of life there, unfortunately, due to violence. Okay, do we have any good news? I gotta get to some good news. What's going on here? I feel like Matt Gaetz is about to have the hammer come down on him. I don't know why I just brought him up. Maybe I read something earlier. Oh yeah. The high priest of Matt Gaetz. I don't know. I just popped in to talk about Matt Gaetz. I did that the other day with Kevin McCarthy. This is secrets that are going to be revealed. They have a lot on Matt Gaetz. They really do. They have a lot to prosecute him with, and it's going to get easier to prosecute him. And there's a Queen of Swords that's coming down. I don't know who the judge is, but I feel like, you know, danger in terms of like prison time is coming down on him. He doesn't, I feel him like, to me, it just feels like, you know, Gaetz is going to be in a place of, oh my gosh, these things don't happen to me. Like it's going to be really surreal for him to actually be prosecuted, well, indicted, and then found guilty, and because he doesn't, you know, like he doesn't have any concept of what that is. I did talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene the other day. Gosh, I saw her. Remember, she made an apology about her comment about the Holocaust, and then she went to the Holocaust Museum and all that. And remember that? She stood out there like a little schoolgirl. I'm sorry, my daddy told me that I should always, you know, right my wrongs. I was like, it's a senator. I'm telling you, we gotta kick it up and, you know, get these people out of office. We have a lot of problems to solve. I'm gonna pick 3 more cards, and I think I covered mostly what I meant to. Very good in that. Oh, the rally yesterday. He who shall not be named rambled and rambled and rambled on, but we cannot ignore the support that he has. I mean, I saw that they were passing out cards that had all these plans of how to get the libs. If these people knew what they were doing, the amount of instability and chaos that they were creating in this country, and that it would affect them, because it's all selfishness. If they saw how much it would affect them in a negative way to support this malignant narcissist, they would stop. But I'm telling you, they have a plan. And some of the things that he said were inciting, to my opinion, some of the things he was screaming were provocative. And basically, I don't think he used the word fight. I didn't hear that. But basically telling people to, you know, talking as if he was on the campaign trail, and this is what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to do. So let's just pick 3 cards about that, and I'll let you go. What's going to happen with he who shall not be named? I feel like it's going to make Democrats come together really strongly. I feel like a lot of people are going to connect in defense of democracy. It will be challenging, but we will win. I keep getting Letitia James on he who shall not be named. It's going to be very, very challenging for him to stay standing. That's what I have. It's going to be challenging for him to stay standing, and that could even be literal. It's coming. It's coming to him. that's what I have for today. I'll be back. I will be back when I'm up to 1,000 subscribers. I know it's going to take a while. It could really use your help. Then I can go live. And I'd really like to do that. So if you have any ways you can help, I appreciate it. Have a beautiful Monday. Good start to the week. And good start to the week coming off this brand new moon. Make plans for your home and your family and the things that feel warm and fuzzy to you. And check in emotionally, because even though the moon is in Leo today, we're still riding that Cancerian energy, which is like people get really teary and stuff. So enjoy your day, and I'll be back soon. Namaste. Oh, if you want a reading, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Have a good one.